Have you ever heard of analysis paralysis? Well, I'm not sure exactly if that's the right term to use when an author spends so much time researching and planning their book that they never get around to writing it, but it's definitely something I've come across more than once. If you think this problem might be something that you are quietly guilty of, then perhaps this video is for you. One of the most amazing things for people who plan out their novels is creating amazing Notion templates and huge documents that cover every part of their world. They have Pinterest boards related to places and things. They have character boards. They have everything right down to the type of belt a particular secondary character might wear on every second Sunday. And the thing is there's a lot of comfort that can be gained from having this amount of detail about your characters and your world before you start writing. But the problem is that it is so easy to get sucked into the rabbit hole of researching, planning, and everything else that you're not actually getting those words on a page. Now, I'm somebody who writes on average a book a month, sometimes two. And the way I do that, obviously, I'm a pantser, so my situation is completely different. However, I think if you want to make a serious living as an author, then you need to be writing about all these wonderful things that you have researched about. What you need, another thing that you are doing when you are continually planning, is if you nail things down too tightly, then you're not giving your characters or your world a chance to breathe. Things happen on the page as the story is developing. Your characters will change and grow as people. Your world may be subject to change, perhaps because of something that your character has done. But the thing is that if you have already nailed down exactly how you think your character is going to react in certain situations, or how your world is going to respond to a certain situation, then you are not giving either one of those things a chance to develop. One of the key things that readers look for when they are reading a book is they want to see their character grow. And to do that, they have to come out of the planning stage and move into the living page, the element of them growing on the page. So how can you get past this? I would suggest if you genuinely want to plan out your novel, then I would recommend a book, Save the Cat. Apparently, I have not used it. I did have a copy, but I'm not quite sure what I did with it. But apparently, that will give you a brief outline of all you need to plan and deal with before you start writing. So look for something, a structure that has already been proven to work for the planning and writing stages, and use that instead. Another reason why I'm doing this video actually hinges from the fact that the other day I was in a Patreon group for a particular person who is both an author and an artist, and extremely talented. They are amazing at art. But they shared their character list for a particular world. Now, I'm not mentioning any names. I'm not about to do anything like that. But I was gobsmacked to see that in this particular thing this person was writing, there was over 30 characters. And I was thinking to myself, I would never be able to keep them all straight. And the problem is, I can hear you typing already, but all those characters could be necessary. No, 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 no. If you struggle to keep them all straight, then so is your reader going to. The whole point of any book, whether it's a mystery or a science fiction or a fantasy or a romance, that whatever it is, the readers want to follow the characters. And if you give them too many characters, they can't follow them all. They can't get invested in like that select 1, 2, 3, or 4. And therefore you lose them. I remember another really amazing author, and they write incredible books. Each book is well over 120,000 words, and they create such dynamic and amazing worlds. But after about the 6th book, I had to stop reading them because as a reader, they got too complex for me to follow. There was too many points of view, too many different storylines, all pouring in from everywhere, and I could not follow it. Now, there are some people who do love to read huge, big sagas, that follow the lives of virtually everybody that's ever been mentioned on a page. But those readers are a rarity. In a day and age where we are so, there are so many other things vying for our attention, what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to provide them a bit of escapism. And if the world you're writing is just as chaotic as the world we're living in, then you're not giving them a lot of entertainment, are you? They could just turn on the news. Now, that might sound harsh, and I don't mean to sound that way. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you can plan to death. And the death in this case is your book, which isn't being written. So there comes a time when you actually have to stop and say, I'm going to start writing now. The disappointing thing about all these Notion templates and world building folders and these amazing programs that, some writers use to, plot and plan their novels is that 90% of that information will not be used. I remember seeing somebody and they had another situation. I can't remember what program they'd used. There is one, it begins with S. If somebody knows of it, can you put it in the comments for me? But it's where you could plan out literally everything in your novel, to how the world worked and all the different characters and everything. I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Obviously, I don't use it. But they had so much information. But what happened was that when they went to write, they forgot that the readers were actually interested in the characters and not how a specialized steampunky form of invention worked. Information like that, which took up 2 or 3 pages in their planning, for it to be effective, would have been 2 or 3 lines in a book. So can you see how it wouldn't work? I did that. I did that myself. My new book, Strawberries to Share, I got the copy of my paperback today, and it never gets old. It never does. But anyway, I was really pleased. But there was a place in here that my characters went to, a particular museum in Rome. And I went online. I, just wanted to find out, a lot of these places now do a gallery walkthrough so you can get an idea of what you'll see if you're a tourist and you're visiting there. So I went online to do that. I was taking notes by the page loads. There were so many things in this one particular place. And that scene was half a page in my book. And I had wasted well over 2 hours, definitely enjoying the place that I was researching. But The information wasn't used. It wasn't applicable to my story. I just needed to highlight a couple of works of art that were featured there that my characters could enjoy to give that scene a bit more plausibility. But that was all. The rest of it was lost. Well, it's not lost, is it? But it had no bearing to the story, that I was actually writing. And this is what happens when you overplan. You need to be a lot more stringent. You cannot info dump all your stuff that you've collected together for your world into a story about two misfits who stowed away on an Airbus or something. You know what I mean? You really have to be, you really have to start writing instead. And that brings me to probably my last point in this video, is that for a lot of people, they plan because there's a lot of anxiety that goes on. I do apologize for all the traffic that seems to be going past today. But anyway, that was an aside. But yes, there's a certain level of anxiety that comes from actually putting the words on the page. All of those things like, am I going to be any good? What if nobody reads it? And things like that. You won't know about that until you've written it. And I do think I have got a video up here somewhere about it. If I have, I will log it up here so you can see, is it this side or that side? I never know which side. But yeah, I want to take your hand, my friend. I want to tell you it's time. It's time to put all those things you've researched, all those things that you've enjoyed studying and plotting and planning. And now I want you to start writing the story, because ultimately fiction is about people. Actually, fiction is about beings. I write a lot of paranormal stuff. But those beings will take on a life of their own once you start to put them down on the page. So please, stop the planning, start the writing. If this was at all helpful to you, please hit the like and subscribe button, because I'm doing my best to let the YouTube algorithm know that I'm still around. I post long form content on Mondays and Thursdays. If you have any questions at all, please put them in the comments below, because I answer every one. And again, that does help the algorithm, and I truly appreciate you. So take your head out of the research, my friend. Open up your document and type chapter 1. Let's get your story started. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.